The legend of Ross Abram and Ross Douglas. Ross Abram, from Colorado, USA, was drafted in World War II like many Americans. His mom, an immigrant from Jamaica, his dad, a railroad engineer from Colorado. So, Abram had dual citizenship. In the Army, he met his lifetime friend, Ross Douglas. Ross Douglas's parents were both immigrants from Jamaica, so they had in common Jamaica, and they both came from Colorado. After the war was over, they both went back to Colorado, but soon Ross Abram, aka the Beanie Man, moved with his whole family back to Jamaica. Turns out his parents got involved with the Rastafarian movement, and soon Ross Abram and his whole family were all Rastas. This interested Ross Douglas very much, so he went on a vacation to Jamaica to learn more. Soon he too was born again into the Rasta faith. He returned back to Colorado a changed man. One thing that they learned at that time, which explained why they looked so much alike, was that their moms are cousins. Anyway, Rasta, and especially Jamaica, being a place of witchcraft, made Ross Douglas eventually become very proficient in magic. And he made a magic top hat that he sold to Mr. Hinkle. Mr. Hinkle was not very good at magic, and this hat was hoped to make him a good magician like Ross Douglas. Knowing this part of the story, it becomes interesting to note that Frosty the Snowman had the spirit, voice, and appearance of Ross Douglas. This was another reason folks called Douglas Frosty. Another interesting part of the legend is that the beanie man-snowman looks like Ross Abram and has his voice too. I guess that's how the magic works. This also explains why some mistakenly think Frosty the Snowman and the Beanie Man Snowman are the same persona. This is false. Though they do look alike, but with different voices and different hats, they are not the same persona. It hadn't been long after that story that the Beanie Man Snowman became legend locally. Word spread all over the world soon. Today, children all over the world get presents on winter solstice from the Beanie Man, if they don't do the Santa Clause Christmas, and that's a lot of kids. Commentary. The legend of the Beanie Man Snowman was created by the Ducharme family because they don't celebrate Christmas. Rather, they do the Passover and winter solstice. People always felt like their son Tafari was missing out. So the seed of this legend was created so he too would get gifts and fun stuff like his other peers. The legend has at least two invaluable morals. One, that the love within, which is Jah the tetragram, one can do anything, even raise the dead. And this is the second moral, that we can all come together in a unity and diversity kind of way. One love. After all, in the cartoon, Frosty is helped by Santa Claus. So, Even though we don't do the Santa Claus celebration, we wish others a Merry Christmas that do. The golden rule in action, I suppose. If you wish to understand I position on Christmas, you will need to read for free online at Herbert W. Armstrong's Searchable Library the book entitled The Plain Truth About Christmas. Nutshell: Christmas is celebrating past enemies of Jesus. So I believe it ital, and ital is vital, to please Jah. No one can run away from all our roots in paganism. That would be ignorant. This is different. I will link an interesting talk of Mr. Armstrong about it based on this book. Well, let's not get into this. We want all that do the Santa Claus Christmas to have a Merry Christmas, so don't mind me. Anyway, moving on, here's a more interesting tidbit from the legend. That is, besides Ross Abram being a huge Bob Marley fan, the Beanie Man was a die-hard Van Halen fan. He especially loved the song with his best friend's name, the song called Stay Frosty. So, in our family we say, instead of Merry Christmas, Stay Frosty. Stay frosty, my friends. Blessed be.